Hi, Pete Shevlin here, CNLZ Live. It's Friday night, of course. Welcome along. It's really good to have you with us. We've got two amazing guests tonight. We've got Suzanne Gladstone. She's out of LA and it's sunny over there. So, yeah, there might be a difference in the picture, but it's because she has some sunshine. It's obviously dark here right now. It's 8 p.m. And we've got Megan Laura May. She's been played on BBC Six Music, and she's also been on some Spotify playlists. So be really great to talk to her later. So two incredible performers, and they're playing live. So big up for live music. And Richard Latto, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, yeah, I'm very good, Pete. Yeah, not bad. Have you had a good week?
You know, I can't complain, really. It's been sunny. It's the best September I can ever possibly remember on record. It's been beautiful blue skies every day of the week. So, yeah, I'm full of life. How about yourself?
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's not been a bad week at all. Although I did have to go to hospital this week, and I hate hospitals.
I didn't think you were going to tell us about it. I didn't want to.
As soon as I mentioned that, I thought he's going to squirm. I'm not going to go into the finer details, but I had to go for a small outpatients procedure, and I'm such a wimp. I opted for the sedation, and I was all starting to get all relaxed, and I was all chilled, and I get really nervous in hospitals, and they talk me through everything that was going to happen, and then just at the last minute, before they do what they're about to do, they produce this list, and you have to sign at the bottom after they've read you the list, and they go through the list going, well, there's a chance that this may happen, or this may happen, or this may happen. That could all endanger your life. But if you sign here, then we can still go ahead. And you think, no, I just got over the whole worry about being in hospital. And now you fling this list at me right at the last minute if you're about to do it. But I signed it, of course.
Of course you did.
Everything was fine. But yeah, that was like the sting in the tail. I couldn't believe it when that happened.
You know, I do know a close family relative that did actually nearly walk out at that point. She was so shocked at all of those things you've got to sign for. And she was like, just totally freaked out.
I don't blame her. I mean, it is such a bolt out of the blue. I kind of expected something like that to happen, because I remember when I was in hospital with my good lady wife, and she was giving birth, and you go through all these kind of like theories as to what's going to happen, birth plans and stuff like that. You go join NCT groups, they talk you through it, but still at the end of the day, they produce
the NCT group doesn't help at all. Like, it's just a waste of time.
It doesn't, no. And you plan it all, and then it all goes out the window, and they just flap this bit of paper in your face and say, you need to sign this. And I can remember having an argument, actually, during the birth of my first son, and saying, but this isn't on the birth plan. This isn't what we wanted. We don't want a cesarean. We don't want this. We don't want that. And they're like, no, you need to sign. We need to get on with this now. It's the most pressured deal.
You know what happens, actually, Richard, and I'm sure of this. All of the people that work there, and they see you and they see your notes. If they see NCT written anywhere, they just know they give you everything. They just want to change that birthing plan. They want to change everything about it.
Yeah, there is also a point, though, where you get so stressed and so worried about stuff, you think, oh, what the hell, I'll just sign it. This is fine, I'll just sign it. It reminds me of, I used to be in a flat share when I lived abroad, and one of my friends, he actually caused a fire in the house that we were all sharing, because when we went out for the night, he was the last person out, and he'd actually left his chips and sausages in the oven with the oven on, and he got all dressed and he got ready to go out, and he was cooking, and he got to the front door and he closed the front door and locked it, and he thought, oh, I've left the oven on. Oh, I don't care, it's not my house. And then just came into town and caused a small fire, and readily admitted he couldn't be asked to go back in and turn the oven off. And I think that's what you experience when you have to sign one of those forms.
Yeah.
You think, you know what? They've just told me I could die as a result of this, but I will look like such an idiot if I don't sign this. I can't walk out, and I don't care. You know, what am I going to do if I don't sign this? I won't have the procedure done. It's that kind of a thing.
I know, they just spring it on you the very last minute. By the way, talking about last minute, have you noticed something different about me tonight?
You've got a very strange moustache. And you're wearing black. You're usually wearing some kind of logo T-shirt, and you've got a hat that's covering your now bald head. There you go, the hat.
More about that later. You'll find out exactly why I'm wearing the hat. But down at the bottom there, I've added a few things, just some hashtags, and I just wondered maybe we could talk about them for a second. I don't know if you know anything about these things, but at the bottom there, it says 18th September 2020. That's today, obviously. Hashtag Van Morrison. Now, have you heard about Van Morrison? Have you heard what he's done?
No, I know obviously about Van Morrison. What's he done this time?
So he's got a protest album out about how lockdown has affected him and about how government's kind of doing too much and they're overstepping the mark. And he's got the protest songs about coronavirus and the lockdown. Isn't that interesting? Also, hashtag Blackpool as well, because it's the only place in the Northwest that you're allowed to go at the moment. If anybody knows anything about that, then please get in touch with us tonight, because it is hilarious. That basically there's Warrington, there's all of like the Northwest, all under like a local lockdown, and all of a sudden like there's this one little patch that you're allowed to go to. Obviously, if you're on a stag or a hen weekend, or if you're watching the football or got anything to do with the football, they're allowing that. And also there's another hashtag about New Year. Apparently the New Year's fireworks display is now off. So Sadiq Khan has actually said today that the fireworks is off.
That was going to happen, though, wasn't it? I think we were all expecting that to be cancelled at some point. It's a bit of a reality check, though, isn't it? When you consider that's after Christmas, it then raises loads of questions about Christmas. But surely, no way could the government be saying, get down there, everyone go down to Trafalgar Square, everyone go along the side of the Thames for New Year's Eve. That was never going to happen. And how far in advance they plan these fireworks? They surely have got it planned already, haven't they? So what they're going to do with all the excess fireworks, I think they should post everyone in Royal Mail a firework. that was far. I haven't thought this through.
No, this is the worst idea you've ever had.
Why not suggest it? Share the fireworks out. But they're just going to be in a warehouse somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I should introduce our guests tonight. So we've got Suzanne Gladstone. She's from LA. And also Megan Laura May. She is in the UK, in Brighton, of all places. Very nice. So there we go. How are you both?
Doing well.
Yeah, very good. Sorry, Megan, I messed up your name there because I've got a lisp and it's a really bad thing that I've got.
Oh, no, it's okay.
And Laura, do you say Laura or is it Lara or...
Lara.
It is, yeah, I totally messed it up.
Megan Lara May.
You got Megan. 1 out of the 3, Pete, that's good.
Did I didn't get any of it right. And Suzanne, how do you pronounce your name?
Suzanne. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not, only if you say it that way. No, I'm just kidding. It's Suzanne Gladstone. I mean, should I do it with an accent?
Yeah. Can you do a British accent?
I can try. If I try to do a British accent, then I think I mess up a lot of the vowels sometimes. But if I watch like a Harry Potter movie, I feel like I can like mimic what they're saying, but then sometimes I speak and then they're like, well, you sound like you're Australian, and I'm like, okay, well, make the mix.
Don't watch the Harry Potter movies to try and learn how to speak British. You need to watch the original Mary Poppins and copy Dick Van Dyke. He has got it absolutely spot on. He is more British than British people.
Yeah. So I grew up watching that movie and Sound of Music, and so I'm like.
I know there should be a big revival of those movies. I think it's about time we had a new Dick Van Dyke.
Oh my gosh, like that was the best. I grew up with my grandparents, so like I was like they always had the old westerns and like the musicals and like all these amazing movies, which is great because it really opened my eyes to music. I think at a younger age too.
We've got some bad news Pete, haven't we, this week, haven't we?
What is it?
Yeah. Well, do you want to say or shall I? We don't have a quiz this week, but we will be taking suggested guesses as to what is behind the curtain behind Suzanne tonight. That we'll open that up to anyone that's watching the stream.
I don't know. I mean, I could do like a little fashion show. It's my friend's room. I can just be like, "What's back here behind curtain number 1?"
Yeah, well, it would be quite hilarious maybe if we could have a guess of something that's behind there, and if you could get it for us. But maybe more of that later. Suzanne, are you going to play us a song? Sorry, what was it?
I will not be playing the guitar, but I will be singing 2 of my originals, Dreamer and Dust Settles. So I'm going to be singing with my backing tracks, and they're pretty awesome, though.
Cool.
And musicians will.
Just out of interest, which one is first? Which one's coming up first?
I think I will do Dreamer. Dreamer was the first one I released. I used to be in a duo for like 7 years, and we wrote songs and stuff, but we didn't really release them publicly. And then, so I've really only been a solo artist for about a year now, and Dreamer was one of the first off of this newer style music, because I had actually tried releasing some country songs before. It's still indie country, but it's like my own style. So I did 3 country songs, and then I'm like, you know what, I have these other ideas, because like I said, I was in a duo. I didn't have my own, like, I didn't know I could even do it on my own, you know? So this was all really exciting for me, and Dreamer is just, it talks about how I felt most all my life. Like, I'm a dreamer, and like people, they look down on you, or they think, oh, you just need to focus, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you're just always hushed, and it's just kind of like my own story. And Dust Settles is talking about a breakup that I had and a few years back, and it was just really hard for me to go through. And it's kind of a rap song in a sense, but it's indie, it's my own style. But I figured I'm not going to put myself in a box, and I'm going to try new things, and why not? So that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And when it comes to Dreamer, is it because you're a particularly positive person that people think, oh, you're just a dreamer, it'll never happen?
I think I consider myself to be a dreamer, and I really don't feel like most of my life that I've been heard. So I think it was just my expression. Like, I just started writing. I've always written since I was really young, like 12, poetry, and I always sang, but it was like 2 separate things. So putting them together, I finally just told my story. Like, I'm a dreamer, this is hard. Like, I thought one day it's supposed to come true, it's like, I didn't realize it would, you have to keep going, and you have to keep going through all these struggles and like learning about yourself. And, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of suffering, and there's a lot of things you have to keep going through and getting through in order to grow. And there's sometimes people in your life, you have to let them go, and you have to keep moving forward. That's the only, like, if you quit, you can't win. So I just keep going.
Absolutely. And you're right to do it. So whenever you're ready, let's hear this great song.
Cool. Okay. Alrighty then. Let me get this on. Take a sip of water. This chair I'm on is a little squeaky, but I don't think you'll really hear it once I...
No, we won't hear the chair.
Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. I'm a dreamer, dream. The sands of time are running out. I haven't yet figured what life is all about. I just wanna scream and shout, just let all of my problems out. Dreaming when I'm away, my heart's at stake. What can I forsake when all I have is love to give away? There's an aching in my soul, hunger in my bones, hunger in my bones. A drowning pool of emptiness, but can this be undone? I'm trembling and shivering and cold. This unforgiving life is leaving me with stories and left untold. Will I wake to the sun each morning? Will I sleep to the stars at night? Can I quit without a fight? Will it all be alright? They say to follow your dreams, and one day you will see the light at the end of your journey. But it seems the harder I try, the harder it is to see. Will you wake me from my sleep when the dreams have finally ended? Will you take the pain and set me free, or convict me to a harsh sentence? What is life without someone to love? What are heavens without a God above? You can tell me that I'm crazy and everything will be just fine, but this just isn't another sad song. Their emotions, they're all mine. I'm a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, I dream all day and night. I'm a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, I dream every day of my life. I'm a dreamer, dream every day of my life. I'm a dreamer, can't take my life. I'm a dreamer. Is it wrong to feel the way I do? To think one day dreams do come true? Is it weird to wish upon a star if the wish comes from my heart? I'm a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, I dream every day of my life. I'm a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, I dream both day and night. I'm a dreamer, dream every day of my life. I'm a dreamer, I'm a dreamer, can't take my life. I'm a dreamer, woo, can't take my life. Ooh. Hey, yeah, 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 I'm a dreamer, can take my life, dreaming when I'm away. My heart's at stake, what can I forsake when all I have is love to give away? There's an aching in my soul, hunger in my bones. Yeah, yeah, I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. Dreamer. Ooh, I'm a dreamer. Can't take my life. They say to follow your dreams, and one day you will see the light. I'm a dreamer.
Amazing. Really, really nice, Suzanne. That was absolutely fantastic. Now, there's someone in my mind who you remind me of really distinctly. I want you to guess who you think I'm thinking about.
Who are you thinking? Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, it was Amy Winehouse. I hope that's complimentary. Yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's very complimentary.
Good. We've got Victoria Brooks on Facebook who's been watching and enjoying that performance, and she said, I can really imagine this song being played live on stage. I imagine that you must get those comparisons with Amy after you performed that track. That was just fantastic.
To be quite honest, I have not performed my originals yet, so I'm very excited, and I think, you know, by doing these interviews and putting myself out there, then those opportunities will come. So, and COVID, you know, kind of messed a little bit things up, but that's cool. Helped me catch up a little bit.
Definitely, and what a great positive thing to look forward to as well once this whole virus business has gone. Something to aim for, isn't it?
Super excited. Yes, I really can envision like just really huge performances like Taylor Swift, you know, I just like what she has going on, like that whole backup dancers and fire, and like I don't feel like I need that when I sing, but it's like I love to have the visuals, and I think that it brings the song to life, and like people can see how I'm thinking, like in a sense, like I want to bring that to life, you know, eventually. So.
Sure, that was fantastic, wasn't it, Pete? What a way to start.
Yeah, loving those high vocals as well. Really nice. Yeah, brilliant. And full of kind of energy as well. We love the energy there. Absolutely fantastic. So
more weird, but I'm like sitting and I'm like, oh man, you know, it's different.
You can stand for the next one, Suzanne. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, the next one, and I don't have my mic set up. This is actually pretty dry, so I'm like, oh man. I was like, you know, but it. I'm excited, and I'm so happy to be part of the show.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Megan, what's your first song for us today?
My first song is my latest original that I released. It's out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you consume your music. It's there, and it's called All Right. And basically, do you want me to say what the song's about?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go. Okay. So, I just finished uni. I'm like in the real world, and yeah, it's a song basically to reassure loved ones that, you know, when I'm doing music, when I'm doing the entertainment industry, that I have thought about this, and like, you know, I'm going into this having thought about it, and like yeah, if you get me, it's like a reassurance to loved ones. So yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult thing, because I know that a lot of people think, oh, you go into a flaky industry, you won't be able to sustain a job, or your independence. Did you have that? Did people say that to you?
I did, but I mean, I know that they're only doing it like out of love to care for me and stuff like that. But it's just like, no, I'm not going into this, you know, blindsided or anything. I am like having a think about it and taking it seriously, and yeah, so. Yeah.
Were they the same people that said to you, oh, do what you love, you've got to do what you're passionate about? And then a few years later, they're kind of saying, I don't know about this career.
Yeah, maybe, but I love them. It's okay. No, they know it. And like, I didn't actually tell them what the song was about before I released it. And then they heard it on the day of the release. And they were like, oh, I love the song. I get the message. I was like, oh, okay. It's all cool.
Very good. So they understood. Brilliant. And
yeah.
And you've had some success on Spotify. Just talk us through what happens when you get on a Spotify playlist like that. How does that occur, and what does it mean to you to get onto a playlist?
I mean, how it occurs, like it's a whole like world of stuff, algorithms and all that, and but yeah, no, I have had some playlist luck, which has been amazing, and it's really like boosted streams and boosted engagement, and I've had lots of people like follow me from it, and so that's been really cool. There was my favourite one was Fresh Finds Poptronics, which is a Spotify editorial playlist. That was a couple of years ago on my first single. So yeah, it's just I listen to playlists quite a lot, so when I get added to a playlist, I'm like, maybe other people will hear me. So that's cool.
Cool. So the song's called All Right. So yeah, take it away if you don't mind.
Great. So if you go listen to this on Spotify, it's very upbeat, pop, dance along. This is a piano version. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, beautiful.
Great. You'd not to call when the week goes by. Your worry is keeping you up at night. You'd not to ask for the peace of mind. I already told you it's doing fine. Oh, I want you to know the future's a little bit brighter. Tomorrow you're gonna feel lighter. Oh, I want you to know you don't have to worry about my life. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. Not trying to find my way where there is no life. You gotta understand that I'm not that type to not weigh it all up and come at this blind. If only you could see what is in my side. Oh, I want you to know the future's a little bit brighter. Tomorrow you're gonna feel lighter. Oh, I want you to know you don't have to worry about my life. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. Alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. Please don't take this personally, never meant to shut you out. I know you're wanting good for me, but it's what I've already found. Please don't take this personally, never meant to shut you out. I know you're wanting good for me, but it's what I've already found. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. Alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright. I know we're gonna be alright, alright, oh, alright, alright, oh, alright, alright.
Lovely. Another beautiful, beautiful song. That was fantastic, Megan. So how long did it take for you to come up for that from conception through to being completely happy with it?
Well, I had a little conversation with this person that I was writing about the night before, and then went into a songwriting session the next day and was like, oh, this just happened, like I just told them to stop worrying about me, and then basically the song just came out like in a session, which was really cool. And then so that was probably like late 2018 that all that happened. And then oh my gosh, so we started recording it in December, and then December 2019, and then my producer's hard drive just decided it was gonna die, and so we lost the whole like production. And then over lockdown we managed to do a socially distanced, well actually it wasn't even social distance, it was like two separate households managed to re-record the whole thing. So I'm really glad it's okay and out there now.
Well done for persevering, definitely worthwhile. I can't wait to check out the more upbeat version that you're saying that is on Spotify. But what was it like as well when you played the song to the person that inspired it? You must remember that moment when they heard it for the first time.
To be honest, they just heard it on Spotify.
Oh no! You've got to make up an anecdote there. You've got to pretend that you played it to them in a really nice, beautiful, almost romantic setting. Surely.
No, sorry, it was just that. But no, we're good. We've had some conversations since, and it's good. we're good.
Great track.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely love that one. It's just fantastic, Megan, and very chilled out, and you've got me into a very mellow vibe now, which is always good. Just give us a feel of what other kind of music is on the album that you were talking about.
So I haven't released an album. It's all like singles and stuff. Living very much in that world. But yeah, most of my songs are just are quite like pop and upbeat, and yeah, they're definitely ones that you can like. Well, when I have a band, I'm like properly dancing around the stage, which is fun. So if you can imagine that, that's what it is. Go check it out on Spotify though. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah,
love to. So Richard, well, this is the midway point in the program where we normally have a quiz.
It is. But we haven't got a quiz this week, have we? We're just going to guess what's behind the curtain where Suzanne is. Are we going to reveal that now? Or are we going to save that for the big ending?
I don't want to know what's behind the curtain. Maybe.
Can we guess something? I think we should guess that there's something behind there, because your friend is very into crystals and that kind of stuff, isn't she?
I could like try out some of her clothes or something.
Crystals. It's not like crystal meth, is it? It's not going to be like Breaking Bad or something when you pull the curtain.
Well, that was a great show, but nothing like that. Right. I'm not really into that, but thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. Oh my gosh, Megan, let me just say, I think I recognize that song, and I love that song. That was really great.
That was
a
cool.
great. I think I do recognize. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I've heard the pop version because I like that kind of music, and like, yeah, it must be big then, because you're way over there and I'm way over here.
Yeah, I seem to have like quite a few listeners in the California area, so
definitely check that out now.
I did a gig in California early this year, actually.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, maybe next time. I'm busy.
That's cool.
And Suzanne, tell us a little bit about what it's like over there. Obviously, we know the situation here and how it's progressing, and we're doing like little tiny lockdowns as we go, depending on if the coronavirus has a little spike. What's it like over there?
Well, I was closer to LA. I was more like Orange County, and now I'm more San Diego. But I just noticed like pretty much everything was shut down, and anywhere you go, they're checking your temperature. You know, you got to have your mask on, and if you don't, people are going to stare you down and give you dirty looks. So like pretty much everywhere. They have opened gyms in the area, but like when I go, I mean, you're still, they spread you apart, and then you're like still having to wear your mask, and you can't breathe. So it's obnoxious, but I mean, I guess I just don't understand, like when you're at a restaurant, you just have to wear it when you walk in, and when you sit down, everyone's maskless. So it's like, okay, how is that fine? And then I'm in the gym and it's still the same distance. I still got to pull it down to drink. So to me, it just doesn't make sense, you know, and it's like, to me, it seems more like political, almost, some of it. So
yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with you that it seems to be a bit of a nonsense at times. Like in a pub over here, like, you know, you can go in fine without a mask, but yet if you can't go into a store, you can't go into Sainsbury's or Tesco. It just seems very weird, very random.
Disheartening, because I just it sucks. It's like, you know, people need to be around each other. They need to be together. They need to see your face, and I just feel like it's propaganda more than actual like reality, because that, like I said, it doesn't make sense. If it was really all that they say it is, why is it okay some places? If it was that bad, they would be like, hell no, you're not allowed to go anywhere. You're not allowed to go anywhere out of your house. Stay there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because why is it okay sometimes and then it's not okay, and then it just doesn't make sense.
I can't imagine having to wear a mask in the gym as well. That that feels like extra torture, doesn't it? Being on the cross trainer or something and having a mask on at the same time. I took my son. I bought one of those face visors the other day because I took my son up to London for his birthday for a couple of days, and I thought, I'm not walking around the Science Museum and the Natural History Museum wearing a mask all day. I want to have a face visor. It was worse with the face visor because the foam thing on the top made my forehead all sweaty and dripping the sweat down. And I thought, no, this isn't good. Oh,
I saw somebody with one of those today, and she needed actually a window screen wiper on the front of it. It's like some water had splattered down.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I was just at the gym. She's like spitting on it, and like it's fogging up. She's like, you know. I mean, it's just kind of funny. Like, what the heck?
When I first put it on, I had the cling film, the safety kind of film on the front of it, which protects it from scratching. I had that on for half the day, and so everything was just like blurred. And then when I sat down looking at it over lunch, I realised there was this protective film that you could pull off, and then pulled it off, and then I could see people again. So I've gone around the Science Museum. I couldn't see half the exhibits.
I can see. Check my vision. Oh, here we go. These little windshield wipers. That's, you know, I think it's like people are just selling them now. It's like, it's almost like it's, oh yay, get this mask for New Year's. I'm like, why are you thinking about New Year's? Like, what the heck? Like, why are they thinking that far ahead? Like, I mean, this was supposed to be like 2 weeks originally, right? What happened? You know, just getting further and further, and I'm like,
And all the big brands are getting in on it now as well. Like, you can get Adidas ones. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bling and everything. I go to the beach and it's just like, oh yeah, you know, that's what they're doing, because you can't, like, a lot of people, they lost their job or they can't work. That's how they make money, and they don't want to lose that income. But it's like, okay, but you're also making it worse because now they're going to keep pushing the masks. The more you buy into that, you know. So I'm just like,
well, my wife bought me one with bees on it.
Oh, today. What is that?
That bees, you say?
Bees.
That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. That's like something out of the Halloween films, isn't it?
It's too big.
It's really big. There's like space all around here, space under here.
It's almost like, no offense, but it almost kind of looks like a diaper.
Megan's got hers. What's
Mine also has bees.
Got one. Does yours have bees on it as well? Oh, right, wicked. Yeah, be kind.
Yeah.
Oh,
both got bees.
I don't have one.
Well,
Be kind.
Enough coronavirus chat. We're all sick of it, really, aren't we? Suzanne, what's your next song going to be for us?
My next song is called Dust Settles. And also, yeah, I have released these songs. I have 10 songs released. They are all singles on Spotify, iTunes, worldwide, YouTube, whatever. GladstoneSong.com is my website. You can find me doing covers and all my songs on there you could purchase, or a mashup of all of them. But this one is more of it's kind of like a little bit rap, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's a hip hop song because it's more, you know, R and drums and everything, but it's my own version of rap, I guess. And it's a heartbreak song. I mean, I was going through a really, really hard time, and this just poured out of me, and it was one of my favorites for a long time, and still one of my favorites. But yeah, I hope you guys like it.
Well, heartbreak songs are always very welcome on this program, and they're often the best songs as well, the heartbreak songs.
I think so. I mean, it's not as, like, it may not be as, like, high up as The Dreamer, but it has its own style. Because what I did is I kind of released, I feel like I'm almost releasing every kind of style because I love all kinds of music, and I figured, why not? You know, why not do it my own way? So this is Dust Settles. I'm going to pull this up here.
Cool.
I want to be with someone who lights up when they see me. I'm feeling weak at taking all the air I'm breathing. Why do I continue putting up with this mess? Am I caught up in another one on life's special test? I'm sick of this test, so sick of this life. I need something more. Where is Mr. Right? Where is Mr. Right? I can't stand this cold bed, all these nasty thoughts filled with dread. Can't sleep at night wondering if everything is gonna be alright. I'm so confused, so used, what could have I done differently? Yelling, screaming all the time, such heavy air that I can't breathe. As the dust settles, you're gone. 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 Pointed out all the mistakes that I made, saying you love me, but then pushed me away. Your prideful distortion left me to cry. Nasty thoughts in my head left me crucified. Always made me feel like I'm 2 inches tall, but when you call my name, I'm at your beck and call. I want to be a candle, and you can be my flame. All I seem to do is wait around for you to change. Being with you is like being alone. As the dust settles, I realize you're gone. Fear of awakening has turned me to stone. I've been conquered, you taking my throne. I can't stand this cold bed, all these nasty thoughts filled with dread. Can't sleep at night wondering if everything is gonna be alright. I'm so confused, so used, what could have I done differently? Yelling, screaming all the time, such heavy air that I can't breathe. As the dust settles, you're gone. 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 There's no devotion on your side, it's like you're blind. Too late to change, can't go back in time. Too late to hit rewind. You make me wait, make me stay, laugh at me, call me names. But now my floodlight's shining on your lies, and I won't take all your alibis. Do you like seeing me in pain? Do you like driving me insane? Oh, oh, you're gone, you're gone. As the dust settles, you're gone. As the dust settles, you're gone. Being with you is like being alone. As the dust settles, I realize you're gone. Fear of awakening has turned me to stone. I've been conquered, you've taken my throne. Why do I let you control my heart? All you do is take it and break it apart. Can't believe you lied to my face. All those memories now gone to waste. You told me you love me, but your eyes couldn't lie. Your prideful distortion left me to cry. Living too long in a fantasy zone. Extraterrestrial, planet unknown. As the dust settles, you're gone. As the dust settles, you're gone. I tried to lie in the mirror so I could hide all my tears. Thought maybe it's what I deserve, to be unseen, to be unheard. How absurd, how these lines get so blurred. I've been through this so many times. My love is gone, my tears have dried. Won't suffer anymore. Think it's time to say goodbye.
Brilliant. How feisty and sassy was that? What a superb song. That was great. How long did it take you to absolutely perfect that? Because it felt like it was so multi-textured and multi-layered with all the different elements in.
Well, that one was around Dreamer and Dust Settles. Those have been around at least a year and a half, or maybe even 2. So I was like perfecting that one for a long time because it was so, like, every time I would try to sing it, I would cry. And maybe to you, it may not feel the same like how it felt to me. But at the time, like, I could barely sing it because it was just so emotionally painful for me. And so it took me a long time to be able to get to that point. And then when we go to the studio, it changes up for sure, because I bring in my own style, and then the musicians are going to come in and bring in what they have. So it's I mean, the engineer where I go, he's amazing, Elliot Koenig, at Hear No Evil Studios, and and he's just really, I mean, he's like a genius. That's all I'm gonna say. So he has.
You can certainly tell that it's taken you a long time to absolutely nail that and perfect it with the elements that are in there. But Elliot, you say then the engineer, what kind of discussions do you have with him when you're in the studio, when you're trying to get the sound that you want? What kind of words, what kind of a vibe do you go for?
Well, I bring in tracks, like I'll record to a track and I'll bring in my ideas to him. So it's basically already a song. And then what they're doing is they're just kind of like separating it all up, and him with his amazing engineering skills and being able to tell the musicians exactly where to go, what to do. And, you know, he just brings it to life, and it's like amazing at that point, because I feel like that's not my specific skill, but when you can bring someone in that can bring what you have to say to life, and really just, it blows my mind because it like made it so much more powerful. And I appreciate the work and the art that was created just by having another person in on it, you know, other people, without just doing it myself, because it just brought, like you said, all the different layers, and I would have never imagined it to sound like it does now. So it's exciting.
I know it's a subjective process, but creatively it's great to have that other person though, that sometimes it makes you question decisions, doesn't it? And then out of that comes a spark, and suddenly it adds something you didn't expect.
For sure. He actually, like, the beginning of the song was actually the end of the song, or a different part of the song. So we had moved things around, like, you know, we'll kind of collaborate and be like, oh, this should go here, that should go there. And so it's really fun to do that. And can't wait to get my next 10 songs going, because I have all the instrumentals and ready to put the vocals. I have 2 more songs that are ready to be released that I haven't released yet. One called Aphrodite's Kiss, and one called She's Gonna Have It Someday. So She's Gonna Have It Someday is more like a Patsy Cline sounding, very old school. Like he made, oh my gosh, it's just really great, you guys. It's like very vintage sounding, old school sounding. And Aphrodite's Kiss is like, it's like an Evanescence style kind of, just very mystical, like, personality. I don't know, you would love it. So can't wait to release those.
Cool. Well, look forward to them. You're in an exciting time at the moment.
Very exciting. This
Liked about it was that I can imagine it on the kind of the big stage. It's got like a hook to it that I can really imagine. You know, perform to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining mine to be, like, kind of big production. But I feel like I can sing. It's just that I want to be like Elton John, Lady Gaga, you know, like big. Like I feel like that's my personality. That's who I am. Like I'm weird. Like I want to bring my weirdness out. So.
Awesome, love it.
I can hear like Emily Sandé vibes on that. Can you hear that? Like, yeah. I think so. And definitely the way that you perform as well is really cool. And that's just in the bedroom.
Yeah. Megan, what's the song that you're going to perform for us?
I'm going to perform my first single that I ever released, and it's called Caribou. There's a bit of a story behind it.
Yeah, we love a story. Go for it.
Have you ever watched Planet Earth?
Yeah, of course. Who could not watch Planet Earth?
So I was watching this one episode with my old housemates, and there was a scene where a caribou was being chased across the Canadian tundra by a wolf. The caribou had better stamina, even though the wolf was faster. But yeah, because of the stamina, it didn't get out chased. And when I was watching that, I was like, oh, I really like that as a theme. I've got loads of things chasing me down right now, and I just want to persevere and get through. And so out came this song. And actually, there's another fun story. I sung it last year on a stage at Glastonbury, whilst David Attenborough was on the Pyramid stage doing a.
No way!
So
just
like,
slide in the greatest name in the United Kingdom there. Just like
it's so good.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, but Planet Earth is full of those moments, isn't it? Where, you know, you're just being chased down by something. There was something on the Galapagos Islands, I think it was, where there was a lizard being chased by the snakes or something like that, and it was just that chase down. It was just incredible. But that's why we watch it, isn't it? That's why we watch those programs.
That's so interesting. But yeah, no, this song like came quite naturally out of that moment. So yeah, and it's become a bit of a them like, you know, final song of the set kind of deal, like the anthem of the night when I do a gig. So, and yeah, again, the version on streaming platforms all very kind of like pop, upbeat, which is cool. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, take it away.
Cool.
It's been 3 days of this routine craze, and I'm finally getting out the wrestling phase. Standing tall, getting drenched in the rain, but I'm not giving up on what I gained from this pain. It's been 3 days of this routine craze, and I'm finally getting out the wrestling phase. Standing tall, getting drenched in the rain, but I'm not giving up on what I gained from this pain. And I won't ask how long things will go on, and I won't ask how long things will go on. I'll see it through. Caribou, caribou, I could feel my lungs caving in, my breath escaping so I couldn't think. But I won't stop running till my chase is given in. I'll go as far as where I know I can win, and I won't ask how long things will go on, and I won't ask how long things will go on. I'll see it through. Caribou, 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 I won't ask how long things will go on, and I won't ask how long things will go on. I'll see it through. Ooh, caribou, 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 caribou. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Oh, that was gorgeous as well. That was so nice. It felt like the perfect song for this time of night, really. 9 o'clock on a Friday night here in the UK.
1 p.m.
Yeah. Did it work in the afternoon, Suzanne, as well? Is it a 1 o'clock in the afternoon song?
All right. Hand me a beer.
No, that was so good. I could kind of picture the themes that you were talking about as well. Again, how long did it take you to just perfect that and get that to a point where you were pleased with it? Because it felt like it was something that you may have had to have tweaked just to get the tone right, if anything.
Again, it was one of those ones that literally came out in like half an hour. And then obviously going to the studio and like doing all that process. But as a lyric and melody songwriting thing, it was super quick. I think when you're just super inspired by something, it's like all of your emotions come out in a song. That's what it was, which was, yeah, I really enjoyed writing it.
There was a famous interview when someone once asked Paul McCartney, how did you come up with Yesterday? How did you get the lyrics? How did you put it all together? And he just said, it's a good day at the office. That's all, basically. And that's kind of what you're saying, isn't it? It just happened.
Yeah.
It just came together with the inspiration. It was there and it happened. It was the right moment. That was great. I feel not sleepy now, Pete, but I feel very, very mellow as a result of that tune.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, super nice. And my wife has just commented, a matching hats night. Where's your hat, Richard? Yeah, you should have.
I've got a couple here.
Got to get a flower.
I've got blue one.
Oh.
Or a red one.
Red.
Or both.
No.
Are they the kids' hats? Are they?
Back to front. What are you saying? My head's too big for these?
Well, yeah, with the head.
Oh yeah. 3 to 4 years of age. Yeah, sadly, no, it's not going to work. I'm missing out.
Next week, what kind of hat is this? Is this a trilby or what's the word?
Fedora.
Yeah, that's a trilby, isn't it?
Fedora.
Fedora, yes.
Fedora. I mean, I don't know what is it called something different there?
I think trilby,
I know.
but I'm not sure.
Here it's fedora.
Oh, fedora sounds nicer.
Yeah, Fedora.
Yeah, it is until Michael Jackson was famous for wearing a fedora, I think. Yeah. Enough said. Suzanne, tell us where we can find out more about you.
You can find out more about me at gladstonesong.com. It has all my links, so if you want to find me, connect with me, or anything, email or message me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on TikTok, but it's still beginner, so I haven't really posted tons of stuff on there. But
well, you won't be allowed to after Sunday, will you? I think.
I don't know.
I think Trump's banned TikTok downloaded. So if you want it, you've got to download it now, because he's. Yeah, well, excellent. But yeah, he's turning off the TikTok button come Sunday. Yeah.
That's not cool. I just found TikTok. I'm like one of those old school. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll join. So yeah, I just watch everyone else's stuff right now. But I'm in between places, so I'm like not exactly like in the comfort zone, but helps me grow. That's the lesson, right?
Absolutely. And Megan, how can we find out more about you?
You can type in my name to like pretty much any social media, Spotify. It's just Megan Lara May, LARAMAE, and there I am. And yeah, get in touch. I'd love to meet people. I am also on TikTok, but I don't actually use TikTok. And I'm glad I've downloaded. Is that just a US thing?
That's just a US thing, yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So.
Great stuff.
But I'll follow you on TikTok as well.
Rich, you quite like the odd TikTok video, don't you?
I know that you're trying to make me out to be younger than I am. I'm not as cool as that. I did download TikTok. I do look at it occasionally, but my goodness, I feel old when I look on there, because every single person I can see, apart from those obscure, weird, middle-aged men that spend their whole time cleaning people's swimming pools and putting them on there, as or like doing DIY videos and putting them on there. Everyone else seems to be a young girl. I don't know what it is, but whenever I look on there, I feel like some old man.
I don't know.
Fantastic. Well, thank you both tonight, Megan Lara May and Suzanne Gladstone. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure. What can I say? It's been fantastic music. Join us again next week. This is CNLZ, 8 p.m. every Friday for live music, when you can't get any live music out and about. Pubs are closing early. Live venues are closing as we speak because there's no people around, so they don't have any money anymore. So this is the way to support live artists. If you like both Suzanne and Megan, please get in contact with them. Find out on Spotify how you can listen to their music. Good night for now. All right, see you next week.